Hey Gouache Lovers, hello newbie. Welcome to my channel and my official art desk. Alright, so if you have not subscribed to my channel, go ahead, hit that icon and give me a subscribe. Alright, so I am working on a project. First of all, I am an illustrator. And I love to illustrate children's books, as well as I like to give tips and tricks and just help people with their art skill. What I mean is, like, whatever I can do, you might find something in it that might help you as an artist to better your skills, you know, some method that works best for you. I like to experiment with things. Right now I'm experimenting on a regular everyday sketchbook to see how gouache holds up and watercolor holds up in these books. If you're an everyday painter and you are just learning and you don't want to go through the expense of buying cotton paper, where's my thing? Watercolor paper, of buying watercolor paper, or the expensive one like the arches, hopefully I said that right, those ones, you can definitely give the sketchbook a try. So I'll give you a review on what my outcome is and how it holds up, as well as I have done a recent project on wood. See, this is wood. So I've done this portrait on wood, all in gouache, in celebration of Women's Day, International Women's Day. And I just wanted to show you that gouache holds up really nice on wood. So you can give it a try. That's it. The texture, nothing comes off on my hand. And I've not glazed it nor done anything to it. Just gouache. So you can give this a try. I am not just a gouache painter, I am also an oil painter, but I don't do it often. I prefer gouache. So that's my cherry tree in the woods somewhere. So I did this painting some time ago. Excuse me, some time ago. But just to show you, I'm not only a gouache painter, even though I love gouache, I've also experimented with other stuff. Hence I know I love gouache most. I've done watercolor. Oh, I also did this one. Does it look like me? That's a caricature of me. Hopefully I've done justice. So this is on canvas. This was another experiment. This is on canvas. And I wanted to see how water would hold up to this. So if you have a close look, you could see the grid lines in between. It almost looks like dot per inch. If you do if you actually do painting on tablets. So you have traditional painters and digital. There you go. So digital painting, it looks like dot per inch, those little white lines in between, but it still holds up. I have no bleed through, and it's just a regular canvas. Alright, so you can go ahead and experiment too as well. I also want to remind you to pick up a copy of my book, Gouache Reference Guide. It does give you great tips, like mixing and applying gouache. Like mixing gouache is really a personal painting preference, which determines how much water you want to add to the mixture. So I have this jelly gouache. I've not bought any other gouache because I just want to keep using this until it's done, or if I have a major project that I really need a light, fast, professional grade, then I'll go ahead and go get the Winsor & Newton or those brands that are really professional grade. But this is just the no-name brand, and I wanted to try it. I've done a review on it, and this is what I have. I've been gouaching since last year with this, and it's hardly moved. Okay, So it's almost, I just keep applying water to activate it. But the sealer, where did I put it? I also did a swatch test. This is actually damp because I think this paper, I keep it on it all the time. It absorbs the water and keeps it moist but not moldy. And then the sealer, which is the cap, I don't take the foam off of it. I leave the foam on, and it's a nice tight sealer, so I think that's what's preserving my gouache from getting moldy or drying out or anything like that. So this is the cover. Alright, and chocolate, just to keep me going, okay? So I use this as my mixing tray, and I don't clean my gouache plate very often, meaning there are some colors that are like pre-mixed like this, that looks like a hot mess, but it's actually great for skin tone, finding the right skin tone. So I still use it to help me to find the right shade, the right tone, going outside of the box instead of just thinking, you know, starting from scratch. If I'm doing olive colors, I've got undertone here that I can work with, and just using up the paint. And just because it works for me, you can clean your tray if you want. I do clean my tray, but I use up what is here first. If not, then I'll just change and use another. Here, I'll use this one, or I'll use this one. So I've got more than one mixing trays that I can use if I want to start fresh and I don't want. But if I need colors from this and I think this would be helpful, I'll definitely go ahead and use this and pick up some colors and work with that. Alright, so grab your brushes. This is just an introduction of what my workspace look like. I hope you enjoy my videos, and thank you so much for subscribing. I really like to help, especially beginners, to do their thing. Well, I also like using a mixed media sketchbook, because I might want to experiment with stuff. So like here, I'm trying to experiment with markers, sketches, just quick designs of stuff that I had in mind. Here I have a shimmer paint that I wanted to test out. So instead of painting something and just putting it on camera, I give it a test in my mixed media, because it does hold up really well. Here, when I was doing my book cover, I experimented here with it. This is one of my book covers that I've written. Let me go get it. See, I told you, I do right. So this was one of my book that I wrote, The Celestial Call, and here, my book cover. Right? Right? And at the back, it's actually there. So these have purpose, and I just don't randomly paint. I paint with a purpose in mind. I also have a book cover, did this as a book cover for one of my drawing books, and you can find these as prints and so forth. So the mixed media paper holds up really, really well. This one especially. Oh, I like this painting. That was so simple and subtle. Yes, this was this is what I use for dry gouache. I use my dry gouache to do this. When I first started out with gouache, I'm so bad at this. I should get all my materials together. So when I started with gouache first, this is what I used, dry gouache. I didn't go for the jelly right away, I went for dry gouache because I wanted to see if I actually like gouache. I really liked watercolor, But the watercolor that I started with is this. And it was not giving me the vibrant result that I wanted. So hence I said, you know, I've been researching and checking, and I heard that gouache was really good, was like a poster paint, but I didn't want it to look like acrylic. So I give the dry gouache a try because I'm used to watercolor. And I said, okay, let's try the cakes and see how, if I don't like it, at least I can just play around with it as watercolor, but I won't be super disappointed. So I started that, excuse me, and I was like blown away with the result. And I'm like, ah, gouache it is. So I started using gouache, and everyone was talking about Mimi gouache, and I'm like, you know what, I saw this, but it had more colors than Mimi, and I'm like, if I'm super disappointed, it won't be bad, but if I'm gonna go for more colors, because I'm like buying this, right? So I went and I bought the, is it 24? 1, 2, 3, 4, 24 colors. And I'm like, okay, if I'm gonna try it, I'm just gonna try it. I'm gonna go big or go home. Although this isn't the biggest case. I've seen bigger package case recently, and I'm like, okay, that's kind of tweaking me. But I think I want to try another watercolor, a Japanese watercolor that I see. But I have to use it for a storybook or an illustration book, but I haven't bought it yet. And but when I do, and if I do, I'll definitely let you know. So that was one, and this was a fall piece that I was thinking of. Ah, cute puppy, yeah? This is watercolor and gouache. So I'm not only a gouache girl, just saying, but I really like the vibrancy of gouache. That's my main two. If I had to choose any paint medium material, I'll definitely go for gouache, and probably preferably more jelly gouache because it's brighter, vibrant. So this is my mixed media, and experimenting here, and I'm also getting out my serious face. I'm also a preschool educator, meaning I teach little tots. I do. Yes, they are fun. They give me headaches. They make me cry. They make me talk a lot. But at the end of the day, I do go back every day, 8 to 5. To teach them, to interact with them, to guide them, you know, guide them. Hence, I'm an illustrator and author of children's book. So while teaching one lesson, I realized that for Black History, the current book that I'm doing here is a Valentine's book. So when I'm teaching, I try to look for gaps where it's needed. So we're doing the alphabet, and I realized that the books that I'm finding, I want to put a little twist on it, so especially with my illustration, I like illustrating it. So I've added a twist, so it's the alphabet with illustration, like graphic to it, and also words that are positive reinforcement, so kids will remember their alphabet more once reading it. I think parents will enjoy that too. And for the month of February, also we did Chinese New Year's, we did Valentine's Day, and not Chinese New Year's, but Chinese celebration. And then we also did Black History, and for Black History, I realized that since I'm in Canada, we probably might need to do a book or get some ideas about recent Canadians who are Black influencers in our society. So hence I've started a Black History piece. So if you are overwhelmed with all my monograph, what do I call it? The one color grayscale. I'll find that word here. Monosacchary. Here's my thing. Monochrome. Here we go, monochrome, without even finding my notepad. Yes, so I'm going to do a series 2 on monochrome pieces. Monochrome, I hope I'm saying it right. Where's my trusty Google? Oh, here, I'm super disappointed. That's my other side of the table, which you cannot see. So I'm doing, yes, monochromatic painting. I was right, monochrome. So I'm gonna do pieces on monochrome later on, and then hence I'm gonna add it to your gouache tips. Wing wing, book 2 coming out, so you can actually learn a little bit more about monochrome. Don't, excuse me for forgetting the name, too many things going on in the brain here. Alright, so we'll talk a bit more about monochrome later, and hence I'm trying to find all these Canadian influencers. They may not be Canadian born, but they are residents living here, have made great contribution to our society, and yeah, so like Viola Desmond, oh, she's on the money, just saying. So you know, people like those, maybe not so recent, but you know, are influential and influencers in our society, and they're also from Black descent. Alrighty, just saying. Okay. Alright, so please don't be bored. It's just a series I'm working on. And for that said, you really know that I produce the books. They're all on Amazon. Where's my other book? They're on Amazon. I'm a self-publisher, but I don't paint because I want to paint. I paint for a purpose. I'm painting to educate. I'm painting to assist. I'm painting to encourage, to influence, and that's just what my channel is all about. Okay, I'm a busy person just like anyone, but I also enjoy art because I'm a preschool educator. My mind is going all the time, and this is a downtime for me where I can relax, unwind, but with a purpose. Alrighty, so thank you so much if you're a supporter of my channel. Thank you so much. I hope you get where I'm going. So my channel, CrushonCovers, is all about creating books and upgrading our skill, experimenting, learning about new mediums and materials to create great stories, great educational materials, and also to educate not just kids but adults or whoever want to be educated. The whole idea is to have fun while you're learning and to help others learn. Alright, so thank you so much for tuning in. Catch my videos. Remember, get your brush, your water, your canvas or your paper, your mixed media paper if you want, and get your gouache, your paint. I also want to try this out, let you guys see something else. I did it on, I put it on, if you can see, look at her eyes. She's got like a makeup kind of shimmer, and for the earrings, that's what the shimmers, I use the shimmers for that. Not bad, eh? So this is in gouache. Okay guys, go ahead, give it a try. Alrighty, so ciao ciao, I'm Tracy Ann, and see you